If you enjoy the content, I would appreciate you hitting the subscribe button and checking out my socials. Hey, I'm Smirky, and during Blast Premier Spring Groups 2023, Big went up against Liquid in a best of 3 on Nuke, where Big dominated Liquid 16-2, with most of their rounds coming from their T side. But I believe the scoreline doesn't tell the tale, and I want to take a close look at this game and figure out what exactly happened. Do you want to get and sell CSGO skins for a better value compared to other sites?
Let me check. Yes.
Market.csgo is a peer-to-peer marketplace with over 90,000 daily trades. If you don't like the look of this current design, you can click try new design in the top right for a newer look, which I think looks pretty clean. To get started, just sign in through Steam and start browsing for the skin of your dreams. They have filters on the left to help you search, and specifically one that lets you look for skins that are much cheaper than Steam. If I click on a skin, I have a bunch of options I can use. However, one of the useful options is the ability to let you know when a skin reaches a price you like or automatically buy it. You can also view the same skin but with different stickers and wear on the right, like this cool design. Market CSGO lets you sell your skins and withdraw. Just click on your profile, go to sell items, and select the items you want to put onto the market. And you can deposit or withdraw money by clicking the screen button. If you're interested, you can check out the link below, and they're also going to be doing a giveaway which you can also check out. And thanks Market CSGO for the sponsor. To kick it off, we have the pistol round, and Tabson really went gigabrain with this one. Big will perform a double fake where the troops will fake rush ramp with players, causing 3 CTs to be on B. But afterwards, they will fake A, where it pulls Orsi into heaven and a Liege out of vents.
Shut up, you dickhead, now fuck off!
At this point, Tabson finally releases the jab by hitting ramp, where Yakinda gets isolated on B. They take control room and double, where Big wins the pistol. Throughout the couple of rounds Big played leading up to round 7, they have been conditioning vents to the point where Liquid is ready for the possibility of someone being down there, but gets caught off with a pop execute through the smoke. It goes pretty well, catching Yakinda, who was trying to get onto Hut after the molly, and made it difficult for Orsi to find something, who was suspecting a play like this to happen. But this is where it gets scrappy.
What?
Nitro does a decent job in defending Hut, as he throws a molly in reaction, burning Keto to a crisp, but in return for his life. Outside, Crimbo was supporting with his flashbangs, and activates outside where he dies to a Liege.
Stop, let me go.
From the looks of it, he wanted to rush into main quickly and catch Liquid from the back. Yet, he activates too early, as the outside players still kept an eye out. Also helps when you pull your gun out. The end result puts Big into an unfavourable 2v3, where Liquid creeps closer, locking off the entrances. Tabson goes 1 for 1, as Liquid know his positioning, and leads Favin into a 2v1. Favin plays this amazingly, as he knows Orsi is in heaven from the utility he threw earlier, and knows Naf is main, making it easier to take isolated fights. I'm not sure if Favin knew a flash was coming, or he got lucky on the anti-flash, but it doesn't affect Orsi, so he can turn to kill Orsi on the peak, and at this point he just needs to play time. There's a strong chance that round could have easily gone to Liquid if Favin didn't get a timing with the anti-flash, and would have forced Big onto an eco the next round. In round 8, we're going to see a very fast successful A rush. Big will pop out of Hut, full blending a Liege, isolating Nitro, and finishing off Yakinda. But there are 2 things I think Liquid should have done to have a better chance of holding the site. First off, there was no early util for Hut, allowing Big to continue their momentum onto the site. Either Nitro should have used a HE in his hand to prevent an early rush like this, or Yakinda should have downgraded his weapon to get a molly or HE for Hut. But instead there was nothing stopping Saracen from zooming out. Secondly, I would have liked to see more of a crossfire in this round, where Yakinda can catch players running in front of the site, or Squeaky, looking for Nitro. Even though he is blind for a little bit, he takes a very 50-50 fight on Hut, which he loses when peeking on the right. And I don't blame Elite since Big's flashes were really good. Fast forwarding this round, and it's left into a 3v3, where Liquid uses their utility to block our areas and isolate Keto. However, Big lock Elite out of the site, and Aussie is forced to defend the defuse, but they lose the round. This could have easily gone to Liquid if it wasn't for Favin's meddling spray control, or at least have one of the players actually buy a kit. In round 10, I think Liquid should have eco'd or half-bought, and so did Big, while investing into their Mac 10s. Liquid will have a very dry and bare bones buy, with no kits, one piece of util on 2 players, and 2 FAMASs. The kits will almost make it impossible to go for any retakes. The utility will make it hard to defend against any executes, especially during the mid round. And well, 2 of the outside players have the worst rifles for the job. Because of this broken buy, Knife will think about leaning A as a gamble, dropping his last and only piece of util onto ramp. Big, thinking it's just an eco, just rushes through it, allowing him to get the bomb down and get dug down into B, with their util and nasty positioning. With 20 seconds left to get out the doors, clear the players and stick the bomb for 10 seconds, Big will take the round. And they should have probably thought about saving their guns for the next round, while the smokes were in their face with 20 seconds left. In round 13, we're going to see some excellent calling from Tabson, along with a close situation at the end. Big Clan are going to try and fake outside presence by doing these diagonal smokes, and getting Keto to cross down, where he wins the fight against a leech. At this point, Big has outside control and a play down secret, which is a lot of pressure building up on the Liquid side that needs to burst, else they're just going to lose the round. To build more pressure and chaos, Big is going to fake ramp whilst denying vision from Orsi. Now that Big could be anywhere, Liquid finally bursts by pushing in Squeaky in an attempt to claw it back. However, Big are already on their way back to catch Nitro and pops out onto the site. After the trades go back and forth in favour of Big, Orsi is actually in a position where he could win the 1v3.
Explain yourself.
Orsi is in heaven where Crimbo gives him a freebie.
Hey, Mo.
Afterwards, he repositions onto the site where he almost catches Searson. But from here, he does get him and Keto swings close shortly after. I believe if either Orsi got the kill onto Searson, he would have found Keto shortly after, or after hitting the second shot, he has a 50-50 chance of peeking the right angle, but the odds are not in his favour. Last round of the half goes in favour of Big, as they showed a pretty good reaction in face of defeat. In this round, Big gets picked off from lobby and outside while crossing with the L block smokes. As they just lost 2 players and Liquid will likely have full lobby control, they quickly send it down B, hoping to beat the rotations before it gets locked off. The 2 rifles will stick together and rush down Decon, where they swing out and go 1 for 1. But someone's missing from Big. Searson decided to leave himself outside to help cut off the rotations, as it would have given him enough time for the rifles to make it down B, and well, he gets rewarded. However, Searson and Tabson are separated. Yakinda, knowing their positions due to the kills, goes in for a 50-50 fight against Tabson, in an attempt to force Searson to collect the bomb in his possession, but it's not meant to be. In my opinion, during this game of Nuke, Liquid had 6 rounds where they were left in a winnable situation, during the very scrappy late rounds where either side could have won within a split second. Out of the 6 rounds, they only won 1. If they won all 6 rounds, and yes, I know, just win lol, my guesstimate is that Liquid would have added 8 rounds onto their scoreline, and instead, we would be here talking about how Liquid was so dominant. All in all, there was a few mistakes from Liquid, a lot of great calls from Tabson, but so many rounds could have gone to either side. The scoreline didn't tell the full story. Ancient has changed, and you can get an easy opening on T-side mid. Check out my breakdown about Astralis' triple nades for Donut. Apart from that, thanks for watching, cheers Market CSGO for the sponsor, see you in a bit.